Have you ever watched leadership destroy your hard work with one sentence? I've spent 15 years in B2B consulting sales, and at this point, I know the compliance rules better than most people in leadership. Funding sources, fee restrictions, contract limitations, none of it is new to me. I've built my career on understanding the details and never crossing a line. My team knows it. My record proves it. I'm also the kind of person who genuinely cares about doing good work. Last year, only my second year on this team, I more than doubled my regional goal. Not only that, I ended up hitting the national goal for the entire team because my teammates had a rough year. Leadership congratulated me, thanked me, praised my contribution, and then paid me less than the year before. When I asked why, the answer I got was, "That's just the way it is." That line stuck with me in a way I wish it hadn't. The other thing that pushed me toward my breaking point was one of our national leaders, Larry. Larry didn't earn his role through skill. He was placed there by his best friend in upper leadership. He interrupts people constantly, reacts before listening, and speaks as if we're all one misstep away from disaster. Every time I bring a deal that needs higher level approval, he shoots it down before even hearing the structure behind it. And he loves implying that I'm doing something questionable. Once he said, "You just want this for the sale, don't you?" I remember thinking, that's the job. But if I said yes, he'd respond, "Well, I'm looking for reasons to say no." That's what made working with him exhausting. He didn't guide deals, he blocked them. And at the same time, he kept giving me extra work because I was the only one consistently performing. Eventually, it stopped feeling like leadership and started feeling like exploitation. By the end of the first quarter this year, I had already reached 70% of my personal goal and nearly half of the team's revenue. That's when I decided to stop being the person keeping the team afloat. I wasn't being compensated correctly, and I wasn't being respected. So I decided I was done going above and beyond. If that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. Right around then, I had a major deal on the table, one that I'd been working on for almost a year. Big client, multi-year contract, six-figure annual revenue. Their needs were complicated, but I had built a solution that worked. Fully compliant, profitable, and competitive. The only issue was a small one-time concession of less than $3,000. I didn't have authority to approve that amount myself, so Larry needed to sign off. The day of our weekly strategy meeting arrived. I had a carefully prepared financial breakdown that showed margin, impact, cost structure, and competitiveness. Everything Larry would need. When it was my turn to present, I got halfway through the setup sentence before Larry cut me off loudly. "No, you can't do that." I didn't push back. I let a few seconds of silence pass and simply said, "Okay, that's all from me," and handed the meeting over to the next person. Larry came back in with, "You can't use commissions to cover that. That's against compliance." I replied calmly, "I know. If you'd let me finish, you would have heard that this isn't commission-based at all. I structured it as a fee arrangement specifically to avoid that issue. But since the answer is no, I'll tell the client we can't help them with that amount. If that means they go elsewhere, that's fine." He launched into a long explanation about compliance, none of which applied to my request. I waited, then said, "I'm not questioning compliance. I'm asking for approval on a small concession. If the decision is no, I'll move on." Then he said, "Well, you have to decide if writing the business is important enough." That was the moment everything became clear. I didn't even hesitate. "Then it's not," I told him. "I'll let the client know we can't meet their request. After a year of working on this, I'm fine letting it go." Larry went silent. The meeting moved on. I didn't bring it up again. After we wrapped, Larry messaged me asking where the financial analysis was. I told him it was in the usual shared folder, but reminded him there was no need to review it because the client had already been informed. A few minutes later, he said, "These numbers look great. How did you structure this?" I answered, "That's what I was trying to explain earlier. But it's fine. I'm already moving on." He replied, "Let me know if I can help." I didn't respond. The client accepted a competitor's offer a few days later, exactly as expected. And honestly, I didn't feel even a little regret. I'm meeting the minimum numbers required, nothing more. The rest of the team is struggling, but I'm finished carrying everyone else. I've already started updating my resume. If leadership wants to treat effort like it doesn't matter, then they'll get the exact level of effort they're paying for.